Hi everyone. So I've been using Nothing 3A Pro for almost 3 months now. Actually, this is my second 3A Pro because I had one in the gray color, but someone in my family really liked that phone, so I had to give it to them. I moved to Pixel 9a, then I moved to 13s for a while, but I came back to this phone. No, I'm not saying this is a better phone than them, but there is one thing that is actually better on this phone than any of those phones I've used. So let's talk about it. I've actually used Nothing 3A as well, but in that video I recommended that if you want a better camera, you go to 3A Pro. And that phone felt a bit cheap, but this one doesn't as much. Yes, this is a huge camera bump, but it actually helped me hold the phone like this. So somehow I like it, but it is still a much bigger phone than I like, which I am not a fan of. It's a wider phone, so it would have been great that it fit was like Nothing 2A, a bit more rounded and less bezels. But overall, I really like the design, especially from the back. I know it has that glyph lights, but I don't think I've used it on this phone. I think on Nothing 3 I at least tried, but on this phone I don't think I'm using it at all. From the front, like I said, I don't like the bezels, but apart from that, the display is actually really good. It gets really bright in outdoors. I think you can get up to 1300 nits on high brightness mode. The PMW flickering is also good compared to a lot of flagship phones like iPhone or Samsung. So that is also a good thing on this phone. So when it comes to display, I really like it. In YouTube, you can watch HDR, but in Netflix, it's not supported. It's still a really good display. Even the speakers are really good as well for the price. So I have no complaints when it comes to media consumption. The performance on this phone is actually good. I know for a lot of people that might not be good for the price, because if you want to play games, this might not be the best chipset out there, and you also get UFS 2.2. But in a lot of videos we have seen that the UFS 2.2 is actually performing better than the 3.1. So it boils down to the software and the tuning itself, which I think Nothing has done really well. So I've been using this phone for quite some time. I never feel like, oh, it lacked that power that you need in a flagship phone. So in the day-to-day use, I did not face any sort of problem when I was using this phone. The scrolling was really good. Sometimes you feel like the app loading is a bit slow, but when it's in the memory, you don't have to worry about that part. Like, it works really well. But I think if you're getting this phone, you're not looking for the performance itself. There are a lot of other areas where this phone shines. And the another thing that is going to be a part of it is going to be the battery. The battery life on this phone is actually really good. So I've been getting a good 7 to 8 hours of screen on time very easily in the period of 1.5 days. So this phone can even last me 2 days most of the time. So as you can see, I've charged it like on Saturday. It's on 54% and I've gotten 5 hours of screen on time. I've used this phone on 5G as well, so I can easily get over 6 hours in heavy conditions as well. But most of the time when I'm on Wi-Fi, I can even get out like 9 to 10 hours as well. So on an average, 7 to 8 hours is very easily with this phone. This phone supports 50-watt wired charging. There's no wireless charging on this phone, but you do not get the charger in the box. So in the starting, I was talking about why I switched to this phone after the Pixel 9a or OnePlus 13s. So actually that's because of the camera. So the camera of this phone is really good, especially this periscope lens, which can actually give competition to a lot of flagship phone, which I really missed when I was using the Pixel 9a because it doesn't have telephoto. But even when I was using OnePlus 13s, which has telephoto but no IIS, I actually missed this lens. And I feel like the camera performance is really good. Yes, you can add your own preset if you want to, but I did not use that. I think out of the box, the colors are really good. So I enjoyed using this camera. No matter what the conditions are, it is a good camera. The only thing that I found that the processing is a bit slow, but apart from that, the picture coming from the main camera or the telephoto camera has been really good. The tuning could have been a little bit better, but this is not a flagship phone. The ultra wide is a downgrade from Nothing 2A, and I don't use it much, so I don't care about it. But if you do, it's not as good as the other two lenses. But if you just want photos from this phone, it's a really good camera. When it comes to the video, you can record 4K 30 frames from the 1x, 3x, and even from the front camera as well. I do not use videos on phone a lot, and for that I usually use my iPhone because this is much better for the video recording if I want to do some sort of vlog recording. But I found the camera good when it comes to video recording, not in the low light, but in the daytime it's actually not bad. One of the main reason I keep coming back to Nothing phone is going to be the software. I like clean software. I usually love Pixel phone because of that. but because of their modem problem, I usually switch to other phones. I also like One UI, but when it comes to the clean software experience with no dual app, no notification, no ads, no bloatware, I think nothing is my second choice after Pixel UI, which shows, I mean, it's a very clean phone. You don't have to worry about anything. It performs really good. And I think they're also concerned about the privacy as well, which, I mean, it's still better than a lot of Chinese phone out there. So for that purpose only, I can actually pay a little bit extra for a good software. They are not doing a lot on the AI side, which is fine. Like, I'm not into it a lot right now. They have this essential key button which enables the essential space where you can take a screenshot, write something about it, and it's going to do the summarization for it. But because of the placement of this button, I actually did not use it at all. I mean, I used it on Nothing 3 a bit, but on this phone I'm not using it because this button sometimes irritates me. I want a way to turn it off. Maybe then I might be able to use it, but I pressed this accidentally so many times. It's been some time, I still press it accidentally. So Nothing, please give us an option to turn that off. And the last thing where I think this phone is a really good phone, that is going to be the value. I understand that you're going to say, oh, this is not the best performing chipset in this price, or you're not getting UFS 3.1. I get that. But this phone focuses on like a overall balanced phone. You get really good camera, you get really good software experience. The in-hand feel is good. Yes, it's a bit heavy, but I still like the look of this phone. I actually think this is a really good looking phone and a unique phone in this price category. Let me know how was your experience with 3A Pro. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.